The 2022 MLB All Star Game rosters have been revealed. I'm going to go through both the American League and National League, tell you every single player that has made the roster, and then maybe tomorrow or something, I'll drop a snub video, because there are some guys that deserve to be on this roster that did not make it. So let me know down in the comment section below who you think got snubbed and who maybe didn't deserve to make this team. Let's jump into it first with the American League. For the catchers, starting, we have Alejandro Kirk of the Toronto Blue Jays. Obviously deserved it. One of the best hitting catchers in baseball this year. He's also been pretty good with the glove. His backup is going to be Jose Trevino, who I think has a argument to be an all-star, but there's one guy in particular that I thought deserved it more, which is Jonah Heim. Weirdly, former teammates in Texas, but Jose Trevino's had a really nice year for the Yankees. He's going to be the backup. At first base, starting for the American League, it's going to be Vlad Guerrero Jr., which Vladdy's one of the best hitters in the game. The numbers haven't been crazy like last year, but still pretty good. And then his backup's going to be Luis Ariz, who can play second and third and all these other different positions. He's not like typically a first baseman, but he's played a little bit this year with the Twins. He deserves to be on the All-Star team, but still no love for Ty France. I guess it has to do with the injury maybe. At second base, starting for the American League, is going to be Jose Altuve, who has just shown once again he is the best second baseman in all of baseball, having a great year. And then backing him up is going to be Andres Gimenez, former New York Met, now at the Cleveland Guardians. He's having a really good year. I'm glad he made the All-Star team. He definitely deserved it based on how he's playing. Third base, Rafael Devers ended up slightly edging Jose Ramirez to be the starter, and of course, Jose Ramirez is also going to be the backup. Two of the best third basemen in the game. They're both raking. Both could be MVP candidates. Devers has carried this Red Sox team on his back, and Jose Ramirez had been carrying this Guardians team for the last few years, including this year. Both deserve it. At the shortstop position, Tim Anderson, I'm not particularly sure how he got the starter job, but he's the starter for the American League. Backing him up is going to be Xander Bogaerts, who should be the starter. Granted, he doesn't really know how to play shortstop, but at the plate, he's one of the best, and of course, that's what you vote for in these All-Star games. You want to see offense. Both these guys, good hitters, not great fielders. Starting in the outfield, you've got Aaron Judge, MVP candidate, Yankees best team in baseball. It makes sense, he got the most votes. Mike Trout, best player in baseball. Angels stink, but it's not because of this guy. He's still a beast, although he's cooled off a little bit. And then Giancarlo Stanton, who everyone thinks of as a DH, but he's actually been playing the outfield this year. Still crushes baseball, still hits a ton of home runs. I don't know if he should be the starter, but he deserves, I think, to be on the roster. In terms of backup outfielders, we got a bunch. George Springer having a great year. It's always about health for him. He's been healthy, deserves to be here. Next up, Byron Buxton, who's been unbelievably good. He's actually been kind of healthy relatively, and he's crushing home runs. He hasn't hit into a double play. I think it's something like 40 plus home runs. He's unbelievable. One of the most fun players in baseball. Andrew Benintendi, former Red Sox, casually sneaking on there. I do believe he is the lone Royals representative. It's going to be a hot trade piece this deadline. Kyle Tucker of the Astros, one of the more underrated players in the league. I think he had a chance to be the starter in the American League for the All-Star game. His numbers are that good. And then Julio Rodriguez, the 21-year-old phenom of the Seattle Mariners, makes it, deserves it. Look at his numbers outside of the first month of the season. He's been one of the best players in baseball. J-Rod is so sick. Can't wait to see his career. And then lastly, at DH, we have Shohei Ohtani, of course, starting the game. I have a weird feeling he's going to also be the starting pitcher. We don't know who's going to necessarily start on the mound just yet. Backing him up is going to be Yordan Alvarez, who I think is hurt now. He just went on the IL, so he's probably not going to end up playing in this game, which stinks because he's one of the best, if not the best hitters in baseball. And then we have the new legacy position kind of thing going on here where Rob Manfred can decide some legacy players that deserve to be there. Miguel Cabrera is going to be the American League version of it. Kind of, sort of does. Like, he's hitting 300 for zero power, but when Miggy is a legend like that hitting for 300, I'm cool with him being in the All-Star game. In terms of pitchers, Shane McClanahan, one of the best pitchers in the league. He made it for the Rays. Nestor Cortez, Nasty Nestor, makes it. He's been phenomenal this year. He seems like he's actually just a good pitcher. Alek Manoah, one of the bright young pitchers in the game. Been the best pitcher probably for the Blue Jays this year. Framber Valdez, doing his Framber Valdez thing, getting ground balls and being a beast. Martin Perez has had a few rougher starts recently, but Martin Perez has been great in Texas. He makes the roster. Paul Blackburn for the Oakland A's. He is their lone representative. Paul Blackburn, nice season. Not exciting, but nice. Justin Verlander, I think, made his 9th All-Star game. Who would have thought coming off of Tommy John at the age he's at, Justin Verlander would still be this dominant. Couple Yankees coming in here with Garrett Cole, who, even though it's fun to make fun of, is still really good. And Clay Holmes, who's been maybe the second best closer in all of baseball behind a guy on the other New York team. And then the final three relievers are going to be Emmanuel Clase of the Guardians, who is filthy. Gregory Soto, who maybe shouldn't have been the Tigers pick. They have some other bullpen arms that have been better, but Gregory Soto saves machine out there for when they ever do win games. And then Jorge Lopez for the Orioles, their lone representative. Jorge Lopez has been nasty this year. Orioles might have figured something out pitching-wise. Fun fact, Shohei Ohtani has now been picked as the designated hitter and pitcher for the All-Star team for the second straight year. No one's even had that happen once. Now for the National League, their catchers, starting is going to be Wilson Contreras, going to be hot on the trade market this deadline season. He's having a phenomenal year. His backup's going to be Travis d'Arnaud. Sure, I think Travis is probably the right pick. He's swinging the bat well again. At first base starting is going to be Paul Goldschmidt, who is probably the National League MVP, although the Cardinals have kind of cooled off a little bit. Still having an unbelievable year. Really good player. Low-key Hall of Fame. Backing up Goldschmidt at first base, you're going to have my boy, Pete Alonso, Big Meat Pete, hitting home runs, driving in RBIs. He's an absolute stud. Just please win the home run derby again. That would be a lot of fun. And then CJ Cron gets in as the lone representative for the Colorado Rockies, which very much deserving. CJ Cron has mashed for the last few years. Good to see him finally get on an all-star team. Starting at second base, which I think will probably change because of injury, Jazz Chisholm of the Marlins, great young star. The dude's gonna be fantastic for years and years to come, and he's a star on and off the field. And then backing him up, who's probably gonna end up getting the start there, is gonna be Jeff McNeil of the New York Mets, quietly having a phenomenal year. I think he's like third in batting average. He has an on-base percentage that's like approaching 400. He just gets on base like crazy. At third base, Manny Machado starts. He's great. He's a beast, MVP type player, and you can guess who's gonna be backing him up. Yes, Nolan Arenado of the Cardinals, the two arguable best third baseman in the league. He's a stud. They did not miss on either league at the third base position. They got the four best guys there. At shortstop, starting the game is going to be Trey Turner, who is just one of the best players in the league, of course. Who I think should have started was Dansby Swanson. He's going to be the backup. His year's been phenomenal. I don't know where the Braves are without Dansby Swanson. He's finally looking like that #1 overall pick. He's been really good. We move on to the outfield. Ronald Acuna Jr. got in because he's a beast and he got the most votes, so he was automatically voted in from the first phase. And then you got Mookie Betts, who's also starting out there. You guys know Mookie Betts is good. There's no way around it. He's one of the best players in the league. And then Jock Peterson got the final spot with the San Francisco Giants, quietly having a unbelievably good year with the Giants, putting up a ton of power, hitting a ton of home runs, driving in runs, been one of the best bats in that line. Backup guys in the outfield for the National League, Kyle Schwarber, just low-key, I think has like 28 home runs, going to lead the league in home runs playing in Philadelphia. He's finally getting hot. So are the Phillies. It makes sense. Juan Soto of the Nationals, which if I'm correct is going to be the only Nationals representative. I can't imagine they have a pitcher. Yep, Juan Soto makes sense. Although, oh wow, Josh Bell I guess got snubbed. Another Met, third one thus far, Starling Marte, who just got a little bit hurt with groin stuff, so I'm not sure if he'll actually play in this game or not, or if he'll rest, but he got announced to the roster as a reserve. He's having a really great year for the Mets. And then last guy in the outfield is going to be Ian Happ of the Chicago Cubs. I actually forgot that he's not the lone representative. Him and Wilson Contreras will be out there. Two guys who are probably going to be traded as well. Happ's having a great year. And then last but not least, we have the DH position on the offensive side. We got Bryce Harper starting at DH. Obviously, he's not going to play. William Contreras is his backup, who will end up most likely being the starter unless they do something cool and give it to Albert Pujols, who is the legacy pick, of course, in his final season with the St. Louis Cardinals, going to retire after the year. I think it would be cool to start Pujols at DH for this game. Why not? Let the old man get one swing and get him out of there before, he gets hurt. Now on to the pitching side. Going to start with Clayton Kershaw. Of course, the All-Star game is out in Los Angeles. Clayton Kershaw is having another great year because he's still one of the best pitchers in baseball, despite a lot of people liking to say that he's washed. It's just not true. Clayton Kershaw gets the nod. Sandy Alcantara, who might be the current best pitcher in baseball right now, should probably start the All-Star game. It's between him and Tony Gonsolin, it seems like. He gets in for the Marlins. Corbin Burns of the Brewers, Cy Young Award winner last year, still pitching really well this year. He's going to be on the team. Luis Castillo of the Reds, the lone representative of the Cincinnati Reds. I thought maybe Brandon Drury would sneak in there. Luis Castillo ends up getting it. Max Fried of the Atlanta Braves. Max Fried looks really good. Going to get to watch him tomorrow pitch against the Mets. I hope he struggles. Just mentioned him earlier. Tony Gonsolin's on this team. Probably, maybe, should be. I don't know. You guys can let me know down in the comment section below, but he might be the All-Star game starter. He makes the team because he's been great. Joe Musgrove of the Padres. Joe Musgrove, really good pitcher. Not much else to say about him. Talking about some relievers now, you got Edwin Diaz, who has been, I think, the best reliever in all of baseball. He strikes out about 50% of the guys he faces. He's not walking dudes. He's been unbelievably good. I don't know where the Mets would be without him. Josh Hader of the Brewers made the All-Star game. Another unbelievably good reliever. He struggled of recent times, which has been weird to see Josh Hader struggle, but he still, deserves the All-Star team. Ryan Helsley of the St. Louis Cardinals makes it. The dude throws absolute gas. I can't wait to watch him in the All-Star game. Shout to the Pirates. Shout to the Pirates. Dave Bednar is an All-Star. Deserves it. Been one of the best closers in all of baseball. And then last but certainly not least is going to be Joe Mantiply. I honestly don't even know if he's having a good year. As you maybe possibly heard from James, yeah, Joe Mantiply is actually having a great year. He just plays in Arizona for a bad team. This one's on me. I don't know what Joe Mantiply is like. It looks like he's been great, though. He has like a sub-2 ERA, so that's good enough for me to get on the All-Star team. Of course, with injuries and guys backing out and starters making appearances before the game, there will be some guys that get shuffled in and out, but I think for the most part, they did a pretty good job. There are some snubs, and like I said, maybe tomorrow or the following day, I will drop a video going over the guys who did get snubbed from the All-Star game. But I'd also love to know what you guys think about the rosters down in the comment section below. Who do you think's gonna win? Who do you think's gonna lose? Who got snubbed? I'd love to know your guys' thoughts and opinions. If you did enjoy the video, make sure to drop a like on it. That's the best way to support the channel, as well as subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the content coming at you. Follow me on all my social media at GiraffeNeckMarc, links in description. That's where I'll wrap up today's video. You guys know the drill from here on out. YouTube recommends you watch this video. This is my most recent upload. Click through those if you have not yet seen them. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all tomorrow for another video. Bye.